50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
Our so-called leaders prostituted us to the West, destroyed our culture, our economies, our honor.
U.S. Marines stationed on high alert were given the order to invade the small but
Nikolai! Foreman set. The crew is already nearing.
Just as they lay waste to our country, we shall lay waste to theirs.
You think this will stop the bloodshed?
Вы все равно скоро сдохнете.
We need to take him alive.
Blaze away, blaze away.
Greetings and salutations. This is MazezRealm once again, and this is my 4th episode of my Call of Duty Throwback series. And in this episode, I am going to be covering the 2007 Game of the Year Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was personally anticipating this episode in my series just because it is my favorite in the entire Call of Duty franchise to date. It is my favorite. I will forever love playing this game. It is unfortunate that it suffered from some hacks and still suffers from hackers and whatnot, but the gameplay that I have here, I was fortunate enough to get legit players playing on the enemy team, and it was a very enjoyable experience putting this game back in and recording it for you guys, and talking about basically my favorite of the Call of Duty games, and I hope that you guys enjoy this commentary. It is fairly long, but I'm sure you guys will definitely enjoy watching the gameplay and listen to some of the things that made this a very memorable game. But before I actually jump into that portion of the commentary, I did want to talk a little bit about Drifter and how he helped me basically become a better commentator, do a better job in presenting the gameplay and commentating about it, and I spoke to Drifter one-on-one, and he gave me advice on what would make the commentary better, what my commentating style could use to make it better as well, and just a bunch of really helpful tips to help my commentating. And very few commentators have taken the time to do that, and Drifter was one of the ones who did. And not only did he take the time out to talk to one of his subscribers one-on-one, but he also was very blunt and nice about it. He's genuinely a really nice guy who's easy to talk to, and gives good advice. I don't like getting advice that I cannot use to help me out. I've gotten advice from people before, and the advice is usually biased to the game itself, or just just not giving helpful advice, just basically hating. But Drifter was one who, his advice was very brutally honest, which for some people is a turnoff. But for me, I don't want to be bullshitted. I really don't. I actually want somebody to be down to earth and tell me exactly what it is wrong with the commentating, what is wrong with the gameplay, what is wrong with the editing. I want someone to literally dissect the fuck out of my commentating and tell me what I can do to improve. And that is exactly what Drifter did. And I thank him a lot for that. I hope that this commentating and that this commentary as a whole has improved from all my other ones. And I would definitely recommend that you all subscribe to Drifter, because not only is he one of my favorite commentators, but his content is actually very helpful and still somewhat original. And that's hard to say, considering the fact that everybody and their mother is trying their best to post shit on YouTube now. And he's just one of the ones that I still enjoy watching, along with a bunch of others. So definitely, you know, Google him and find him on YouTube. Subscribe to him. He's a great person, and his videos are awesome. So definitely check him out. Now, I also did want to delve into another issue. Now, I'm sure that I will be getting a lot of heat for my opinion on this particular issue, but I'm going to be talking about 402 and the legacy that he left in the Call of Duty franchise, basically. I personally love the man. I thought he was freaking awesome. He was one of the very few community managers / creative strategists in the video game industry at the time when he was employed there. And the reason why was because he was truly passionate about being one with the community, getting feedback from the community, and implementing that feedback as best as he could within his control to improve the franchise and the games that have been released since. And he did a phenomenal job, in my opinion. And a lot of people will disagree with me on that. A lot of people were whiny bitches and would constantly complain about Robert Bowling this, Robert Bowling lied about this, Robert Bowling was a troll. I could think of countless things that were said about the poor guy, and I couldn't disagree more with him, to be honest. I personally know for a fact that that type of job is the most thankless job in the video game industry. You know, with commentating, people either like you or they don't, and they either subscribe to you or they don't. But when you have an audience as large as the community in Call of Duty, you will get a lot of hate mail, and a lot of that hate mail is based on stuff that you have no control over. I mean, he wasn't a programmer, he wasn't a developer who basically would sit there and all the like glitches or unbalanced guns or whatever it was, he would not sit there and edit all that stuff himself. And a lot of these kids and a lot of these other people that were constantly bitching about it were basically making him responsible for that. And that couldn't have been farther from the truth. I mean, that's not what his job was or what he was in charge of doing. His job was to basically take feedback. At first, this is what his job was, but it was to take feedback and to implement it on the game. And do his best to balance the game on the fly as best as he could. Now, in Call of Duty 4, this was the first game that he became very involved with the community. In Modern Warfare 2, he was very involved with the community. However, the developers in Modern Warfare 2 were very arrogant and were very slow at fixing issues that were wrong with the game. And 402 took a lot of heat. In fact, in Modern Warfare 2, I think that game was what gave a lot of people a negative view on Robert Bowling. And it's unfortunate that that happened. But to be honest, I'm sad that he resigned from Infinity Ward and Activision, because now the community will definitely know what it's like to have someone not give a fuck about what they want to see changed in the franchise, which Robert Bowling actually did. So I just can't wait till a lot of these whiny bitches, who I don't even know why they still play Call of Duty if they don't like the game, but I just can't wait to see how Activision as a whole will handle those guys now that he's gone. So again, I thank 402 for his hard work for the 7 years that he did work for Infinity Ward, and he will sorely be missed. Now, I'm going to delve right into the gameplay itself and what made this game my favorite in the franchise today. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking this is not the most balanced Call of Duty in the franchise. Well, maybe not, but it was still the most fun and rewarding in the franchise, in my personal opinion. And the reason why it was very rewarding was because of the fact that they added not only a prominent ranking system that had constant ranking up, but they also added prestiging. This was the first Call of Duty that added prestiging to the franchise. Now, a lot of you, including myself at the time, I will not deny this, thought that prestiging was kind of a waste of time, because you would lose all the stuff that you worked so hard to get and would have to start all over and do it again. Now, the good thing about prestiging was that they actually gave you a choice to do it. You didn't have to do it. I was one of the people who did not prestige, and I still haven't prestige in Call of Duty 4. But if you wanted to do it, you could. If you were getting tired of, you know, being a level 55 and going through the motions over and over again, you could prestige and start all over again. And it gave this game a whole lot more life as far as gameplay was concerned. It basically gave this a lot more replay value, and that was something that was not seen before in the franchise until Call of Duty 4. And then there were a lot of other things that were rewarding about this game. Gold guns were one of the more rewarding things in this game. It was difficult to get gold guns. You had to basically get all the headshots in a particular class of weapons for all the weapons in that particular class. So for submachine guns, you would have to get all the headshots for the AKS-74U, for basically all the submachine guns in the class, and then you would unlock the gold mini Uzi. And it was a reward that I loved. That's part of the reason why I didn't prestige. Because of the fact that I wanted to get all the gold guns that I possibly could in the game. So, I ended up getting the gold mini Uzi, I ended up getting the gold M60, the gold Desert Eagle. But the gold Desert Eagle, luckily, you got that just for ranking up to level 55, and then you unlocked it when you reach level 55. So that was a free gift from Infinity Ward to their fans, was that gold Eagle after you got to level 55. And it was definitely rewarding to get those. Definitely another very rewarding thing, and basically a game mechanic that started a phenomenon that is still currently viewed as awesome in the YouTube community, quickscoping was brought back in Call of Duty 4, and brought back with a vengeance, because quickscoping in Call of Duty 4 was incredible. It was not only amazing, but they had a large choice of sniper rifles to use, and it actually took skill to do it. There were no perks to help you with that. There were none of that stuff. None of that stuff was there. You just had to preempt where the enemy was going to be and scope in and fire. And that's what made quick scoping in Call of Duty 4 the best sniper gameplay in the Call of Duty franchise, in my personal opinion. And as you see here, I had a lot of fun sniping in this game. And there are just tons and tons and tons and tons of things in this game that I could not cover in this commentary. And I would love to do that at some point again. But I have to continue the series with the other Call of Duties, because there are quite a few Call of Duties that I still have to cover. So unfortunately, I won't be able to go over the perks and the gun balancing and all that stuff in this game. But I just wanted to just have a straightforward commentary with you guys about my favorite game in the franchise. Some personal opinions about the people involved in the development of this game, and the overall fun aspect of Call of Duty 4. And if you guys haven't played Call of Duty 4 or any of the earlier Call of Duties, I would strongly recommend that you try it out. It's just an overall fun game that brought the fast-paced gunplay to the Call of Duty franchise, and I will forever enjoy this game, and I will always enjoy watching people play this game. And I thank the people that were nice enough to not hack or glitch in the capturing of all these games that I played, and I'm just very happy that people still play this game legitly and enjoy playing it. So until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and keep an eye out for the next commentary where I will be covering World at War.